To protect my daughter, I locked her inside a small chamber. It was less than 10 square meters. Every time I delivered supplies, we kept our distance. My daughter suffered from a rare illness and could only breathe filtered air. I thought she'd spend her entire life in this coffin. But then, the unexpected struck. The purification system suddenly shut down, and even worse, a yellow gas began flooding the streets. Daniel, who inhaled it, collapsed instantly. I walked down the road in confusion, but before I could take more than a few steps, a bigger wave of gas rushed straight at me. I froze as the fumes slammed into me head. On the street erupted into chaos. I sprinted back home as fast as I could. Once inside, I yanked my wife away from the window. The very next second, the toxic gas wrapped around the glass, leaking in through every crack. With my daughter inside the purification room, I switched it to power, saving mode, and quickly pulled my wife to escape. The fumes were climbing the stairs fast, so we had no choice but to run to the top floor. A kind, elderly couple lived there, and they took us in. We stepped out onto the balcony, staring down at the terrifying scene below in silence. But that wasn't the worst of it. The entire city was drowned in toxic fog. The gas had triggered a blackout, and though my daughter was safe inside the chamber, the backup battery wouldn't hold out until nightfall. I made the choice to risk it and go downstairs to swap the battery. I carefully tested the air. The gas was invisible and scentless, yet lethal. Changing the battery would take more than 10 minutes, longer than most people could survive. I suddenly remembered an old man downstairs who always kept oxygen tanks in his home. For my daughter, I chose to climb down the water pipes. Before stepping into the poisonous fog, I took a deep breath, held it in, and rushed to the right floor. I smashed through a window and slipped into the old man's apartment. Just as I was about to search, I spotted him lying on the ground. But he was already gone. I had no time to mourn, because my breath was running out. Even worse, the oxygen tank he normally carried was nowhere in sight. I panicked, grabbed a flashlight, and searched frantically, but still came up empty. Just as I was about to suffocate, I discovered the tank in the corner. I quickly strapped on the mask, twisted the valve, and inhaled just in time. Once I steadied myself, I grabbed the spare tank and was about to leave. But then I heard a sound from the bedroom. Driven by curiosity, I raised a hammer and pushed open the door, only to find a small dog inside. Oddly, the dog was unharmed and even wagging its tail. I wondered if animals were immune to the toxic gas. But soon the scene inside proved me wrong. The mother dog in the room had already passed. I was confused, but had no time to dwell on it. Today's recommendation is the movie Respiri. If you're interested, go check out the full film yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.